friends, welcome to your Newton online class. In this video, I want us to discuss the commercial arithmetics. That is a topic in mathematics. Precisely, that is a simple interest. But before we delve into that, I want us to explain what we mean by simple interest, or what we mean by interest in the first place. Now, interest is extra money or charge or benefit one earns, that is maybe in business transaction, one earns for investing or borrowing or lending money to a borrower. So when you lend money to a borrower, like it's obtainable in some um, credit and thrift firms, when you lend money to a borrower, then it's expected that the borrower will compensate the lender with sum of money at a certain percentage of the money borrowed as interest. That is interest. It's also applicable in banking system. When you save money in bank, then you expect interest at the end of the year or the duration, the period of time the money lasted with the bank, because they use it equally for business transaction. So you expect to get a percentage as your interest, that is extra benefit, yes, on top of the money you saved or you lent out. That is it. Okay, now that is interest. Now, mathematically calculating, we have compound interest as well, but we are dealing with simple interest now. Then in simple interest, we have formula for calculating simple interest. That formula is as follows. We have the formula for finding the interest, the simple interest. That is interest equals to P times R times T over 100. Yes, this P is the principal. The principal is the what? The capital, the actual amount you lent out or you saved or invested that you were expecting to get you the what? The compensation or benefit or extra charge. Then the rate is the percentage proportion to the principal. That is the rate. It's always in percentage. It can be 2%, 3%, 5% as agreed, depending on the terms of that investment or lending. Okay. Time. Time is simply the duration or the period that money lasted in that transaction. The period, that is the time. It can be in years, it can be in months, or possibly even in weeks. That is the time. That's T. Then this 100 here is a constant, because when we have rate in percentage is a proportion to 100. That is it. Okay. Now, we can also now be demanded by a question to calculate the principal. Sometimes you might be given the interest, might be given the time and the rate to find the principal. So in such condition, we make the principal subject of the formula mathematically. Therefore, for the principal, P equals to 100 times interest over rate times time. That is it. Then when you want to calculate the rate, maybe you are given the interest in the question, you are given the principal, you are given the what? The time for you to calculate the rate in percentage. Then the rate is equals to 100 times the interest and over principal times the time, that the duration. Then also the other variable that is left, that is time. The question might demand you to calculate the period, the duration, the time which the investment lasted that ended in certain interest. So for the time, T equals to 100 times what? Interest over principal times what? Rate. So that is it. We get all this making subject formula each time from this original formula for calculating simple interest. So with this, we can now take an example, a question from simple interest and calculate. Okay, let's see example on the board. Find the simple interest on a loan of 7,000 naira for 6 1/4 years. For 6 1/4 years, that is 6 years, 1/4 years. That is it. At 8% per annum. Or 6 for number 1/4 years at 8% per annum. You have to calculate this. So it's simple. Solution. In calculating this, all you need to do is to introduce the formula. Then remember, what are the things given to us? We are given the principal to be 7,000 naira. Remember, it must not be naira. It can be in dollar, it can be in cedi, it can be in pounds, it can be in any currency you calculate. Just use the formula. Then we're also given the time as what? 6 or number 1/4 years. Then you quickly change this time. You can change this time to improper fraction to give you 4 times 6. That is what? 24 plus 1. That will give you 25/4 years. Then the percentage, it is given at 8%. That is what? The rate is equals to what? 8 what? Percent. So with this, we can now introduce our formula. What are we looking for? We are looking for the what? Interest. That's our question mark. We are looking for the interest. So by formula, the simple interest equals the principal times the rate times the time all over what? 100. Quickly, that will give us the principal 7,000 times the rate is what? 8%. Then that is over 100 times, you see where the 100 comes from? That is from percentage. That's the 100 in the formula. Then times the time. The time here is 25/4 years. We have 25/4. So invariable, this is over what? 1. So that's the formula. You see the origin of those formula. Okay. Then whether I write this one here or not, that's what we have. So don't be scared when you have fractions as one of the quantities, maybe in years or the percentage expressed in fractions. Don't be discouraged. Then you just change to improper fraction, fit it in and calculate. Then in working this further, you can see that 4 can divide itself. 4 divide 8, you have 2. Then we continue. 0 here can cancel 0 here. 0 here can cancel 0 here. So we are left with 72 and 25. And that will give us, we have 70 times 2 times 25. Then 2 times 25 is 50. And 50 times 70. So when you have that our interest now is equals to 50 times 70. It is simple. 5 times 7 is what? 35. You now complement with the 2 zeros. That is a simple. That will give you 3,500. So our interest is 3,500 naira. Answer. So now we have here 3500. That's our interest. So thank you so much. I believe this is very simple to calculate. That is it. So for more of these solutions in physics and mathematics, you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook as well as Instagram and TikTok as well. Then we are preparing for exams, JAMB, WAEC, NECO, GCE, NAPTEP. You can reach out to me for extra online lessons on physics and mathematics through my phone number here. You can chat me on WhatsApp. Yes. With that, we can hold online classes on Zoom, Telegram, Skype, anyone you choose. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I remain your friend and tutor here, Joe Newton Online Class.